Welcome back to another book cover review. Today we're looking at Queens of Deliria by Michael Butterworth. And Michael Butterworth is a British writer along the genre of new wave science fiction, which began roughly in the 1960s to 1970s. And this book is actually part of a series that began with Time of the Hawk Lords and continued with Queens of Deliria, and then continued beyond that with Ledge of Darkness. So if we take a step back, um, the author Michael Moorcock had an idea to kind of personify uh, real life figures with kind of a fantasy science fiction persona that could then be written about. And with this idea, um, Michael Butterworth wrote Time of the Hawk Lords, and supposedly Michael Moorcock's input was minimal, so maybe he wanted to distance himself, or maybe Michael Butterworth really just wanted to give credit to Michael Moorcock. You can speculate all you want on that, but in general, Time of the Hawk Lords is a novel along the space rock genre. Was actually published in 1976, and its characters are based on the stage personas of the rock band Hawkwind. So, so far we have a lot to talk about other points of interest, but we won't get distracted. But mainly Hawkwind, Michael Moorcock, Michael Butterworth, the Hawk Lords as well, because there was kind of a offshoot band from Hawkwind called the Hawk Lords, who also had their own releases as well. So feel free to check all those out. And then we have Queens of Deliria, which was published originally in 1977. And this here in front of us is actually a reprint from Collector's Guide Publishing. And supposedly Michael Moorcock says he was not involved with this title at all. And a little bit more on Ledge of Darkness. That was actually an illustrated work by Bob Walker, who has done a lot of illustrations for Hawkwind. So, if we look at this book, you can see the titles here. Author, kind of a collage with a computerized background and illustrations collaged on the front here. Square bound. You can see here the edge, and on the back cover, a brief deafened description here. So we are actually continuing within the ongoing plot. So again, you would have to actually go back to the first novel, Time of the Hawk Lords, to get an understanding of how they got to this point in the plot line. And try not to get too many reflections of myself into here. So we can concentrate on this. We got the price info, a barcode, and again, Collector's Guide Publishing, which is a very niche publisher in Canada, I believe, and they're kind of specializing in kind of rock uh, discography, historical books on bands of interest. So, like, for example, Hawkwind. Um, and I believe if we can show the advertising portions within this book without actually showing the material for copyright purposes. But here we see some upcoming releases from Collector's Guide Publishing. So this actually came out in 1995, this book. So this is what was projected to come out possibly in 1995, 1996 time frame. So you can see here the Illustrated Book of Nazareth, the Illustrated Collector's Guide to Punk Part 1 with a CD, Led Zeppelin, the Montreux concerts, and then in that summer following, Illustrated Collector's Guide to Wishbone Ash with a CD, the Progressive Rock Book Volume 1, North and South American edition, and then the Alternative Rock Book. You can see all the authors, brief descriptions for each of these books that were upcoming then. And these were books for the music collector. You can see some of these titles here. The Hitchhiker's Guide to Elvis, The Illustrated Collector's Guide to Hawkwind. I do have that one. Olivia, More Than Physical, A Collector's Guide. Let's continue up here first. The Illustrated Collector's Guide to Kate Bush. The Illustrated Collector's Guide to Motorhead. The Time of the Hawk Lords. So you can try to grab yourself a copy of that. And this was available in the box set with Astonishing Sounds, Amazing Music. The Illustrated Collector's Guide to Led Zeppelin. And you can see here this kind of solicitation there. Do you have a giant or outrageous record collection? Have you ever considered putting it down on paper? Collector's Guide Publishing Inc. is always looking for writers. Please write us with your ideas. And here's contact info at the time. And here's the ordering form that they were pointing to here. So you can see titles that were listed and how to order them. And then blank pages for notes. And let's kind of start off here. Title page, based on an idea by Michael Moorcock. So giving credit to that author. I'm trying not to show too much there, but you can see here dedication and the copyright info for your reference to possibly help you with further location of any copies of this book, because it may be hard to find at this point in time. So taking a quick cover look at Queens of Deliria by Michael Butterworth, and touching upon Hawkwind, Hawklords, Michael Butterworth, the surrounding titles of Time of the Hawklords, this one Queens of Deliria, and the follow-up Ledge of Darkness. Other author Michael Moorcock, trying to think of anything else, Collector's Guide Publishing, and the new wave science fiction genre. This has been another book cover review. Feel free to check out other book review, media reviews on the channel. We also do unboxing videos as well as show and tell videos on vintage, military tools, and expanded topics. And we also do a series called Curious for the Curious, videos on more artsy type objects. Feel free to check all those out. Feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.